Today we are looking at lesson number 13, and we've been speaking about Entrepreneurs Day. And so on lesson number 13, we're going to be focusing on Entrepreneurs Day. And the learning aims are at the end of this lesson, you must be able to plan, organize, and coordinate an Entrepreneurs Day. Remember, we said that you will be hosting an Entrepreneurs Day. So you must be able also to draw up an income and expenditure statement. Okay. During the year, we learned about the definition of the entrepreneur as well as their characteristics and skills. We also discussed the importance of income, expenditure, and budgets in running a business. All this information will help you plan, organize, and coordinate an entrepreneur's day. All this information will help you plan, organize, and coordinate an entrepreneur's day. Be original and creative. Remember, in one of the previous lessons, I gave the website where you can go to and check how do they use recycled material for whatever you can sell on the Entrepreneurs Day, but you must not copy what is there. You must be original and creative and plan your Entrepreneurs Day properly. Section 13.1, hosting an Entrepreneurs Day. Arrange an Entrepreneurs Day with friends, family, and your close community. Think about when and where you want to host the Entrepreneurs Day and use the opportunity to market and sell your product or service. Okay. Now, before hosting an Entrepreneurs Day, you need to develop a business plan. A business plan is a document that sets out business futures objectives, strategies, and projected profits. Remember, if you are an entrepreneur, the plan is to make profits. It determines the business plan. It determines how the business will be managed according to certain goals. We know now how to set goals. Entrepreneurs must always draw up a business plan before starting a new business. Financial institutions will first carefully study the business plan of a business before granting a loan for the business. Okay, going to the next page, page 78. They say study the pictures below to help you how to set up a business plan. So number 1, you must describe the business idea. Say, explain why do you think your idea or product or service is unique and will make money. So that's how you describe the business. And then you say who is your target market. Indicate who you plan to be your customers. So you must know who are your potential customers. Ownership and management. Explain what forms ownership, what type of a business ownership it is. Is it a sole trader? Is it a partnership? Or etc. Okay. The business will explain what form of ownership the business will use as well as who will manage the business. Marketing. Explain how will you market your business and its product. Cost calculation. You must make a list of all the resources the business will use and calculate the operating cost, which are the variable cost and the fixed cost. So operating cost is variable cost plus fixed cost. Calculate the profit. Consider the operating cost, selling price, and profit margin to calculate how much profit the business will make. And initial capital. Explain how the business will be financed. Financial institutions want to know how the business will use the money if it is granted a loan. And give a time frame. Give an indication of when specific things are going to happen. Okay, so you must follow all these 8 steps when you draw up or when you set up your business plan. Once you have drawn your business, let's go to page 82. Now you need to market your business. Section 13.1.2, it's about marketing your business. By now, you should have decided what you will sell or what service you will render. You have to market your product or service for consumers to take note of it. A marketing mix is a combination of factors that a business can control to consumers to purchase its product. It consists of 4 P's. So the marketing mix, you must know the definition of the marketing mix, and the marketing mix consists of 4 P's. And those 4 P's are product, promotion, place, and price. They make up the marketing mix, which is a combination of factors that a business can control to influence consumers to purchase its product. And let's start looking at each and every P of the marketing mix. The first P is the product. The product refers to the goods or services a business produces or delivers to satisfy consumers' needs or wants and earn an income. A business must make its goods or services in such a way that it can be distinguished from those of its competitors. It is important for a business to do thorough market research to gather information about market conditions and consumers and their preferences. You need to consider the following: the type of market and the goods sold there. For example, farmers markets, craft markets, etc. You also need to consider the size of the market. Is it a large flea market or a small community market? You need to consider the age of your target market. Are your products age appropriate for your target market? You need to consider your target market's preferences, motivations, and interests. Will your product satisfy the needs or wants of your target market? You need to consider also the buying behavior of your target market. How much money do potential customers have available to spend, and on what do they spend their money? On page number 83, we look at the second P for the marketing mix, which is the price. Price refers to the amount of money consumers will pay for the product. A business must consider operating cost of producing a product as well as competitors' prices when determining a selling price for a product. The price of a product is also determined by what consumers are willing to pay for it. Your product cannot be too expensive to produce, otherwise your profit will be too small. Consumers must feel that they are getting value for their money, otherwise they will not buy your product. The third P is the place. Place refers to either the physical location of the business or distribution channels it uses to get its products to consumers. The business must be in a convenient location which is easy for consumers to access. It must, however, also be located at a place where a need or a want exists for the business products. For example, it makes no sense to open a boat shop in the Sahara Desert. The last P is the promotion. Promotion refers to the activities of advertising, sales promotion, which will include discounts, giveaways, and special offers. Also, direct marketing and public relations. In other words, how will you inform potential customers about your product and persuade them to buy it? A person cannot buy something if they don't know that it exists. Common types of advertisement: TV advertisement, radio advertisement, print advertising, which is newspapers, magazines, etc. Online advertising, which is internet, email, social media, etc. Outdoor advertising, which is on billboards, posters, buses, taxis, etc. And the last one is word of mouth advertising. So you need to know also these different types of advertisement. Take all the above into account when you plan your entrepreneur's day. Now we look at paragraph 13.2, which covers income and expenditure statement. In term 2, we learned about income and expenses. Income is all the money a business receives, and it can be earned in different ways. So there is rental income, which is the income earned from renting out property. There is donation received. There is savings and investment. There's commission, an amount, normally a fixed percentage of the total value, consent that the business receives for acting as an agent in the sales of goods or rendering of services on behalf of the other party. This is the definition of a commission. These are different types of income. So we have covered income in on page 83. Page 84, we look at the expenditure. Expenditure includes all the money a business spends to run the business. Expenses that the business incur are water and electricity, telephone bill, salaries and wages, insurance cost, rent, and capital expenses. When a business's income is more than its expenses, the business makes profit. Please know this. When does a business makes profit? When a business income is more than its expenses. A business must keep a record of all its income and expenditure. It is not only important for a business to keep record of all its expenses, it must also regularly check figures to identify any problems beforehand in order to be proactive. Good financial management is essential in any successful business. A basic income and expenditure statement of a business looks as follows. Okay, let's go through this again. A basic income and expenditure statement of a business looks like as follows. So we will have income and expenditure. Okay, so we have a title: income and expenditure statement of ABC Printers for 30 June 2020. So which means it's for the month of June 2020. And then the sales is money coming in, so it's income. Cost of sales, it's money coming out, it's the expense. The expense, you will see it's in brackets. Okay, and then we have the gross profit. Here it is. And we have other operating income. Here it is. Okay, we have rental income, we have a profit on sales asset is an income, we have gross operating income. here it is. We have operating expenses. It's 56,817. Okay. And let me see. So you see here it's operating expenses, and then below this block it will be a breakdown of operating expenses. So if you add all these figures, they will give you this 56,817. Okay, so let's start. We have sales, we have cost of sales, and then we have gross profit, right, which is an income, and we have other operating income. Then underneath we have a block. This block is a breakdown of this amount. Okay, and then we have gross operating income, which is the sum of these two, right? It's 77,117 plus 10,000 gives us 87,117. Okay, then we have the operating expenses, and we have block, so which means this block is the breakdown of this one, and at the end we get 56,817. Now if we take this amount, we subtract that. When we calculate this on a calculator, whatever is in the bracket, it means you subtract this amount. So we have 87,117 minus 56,817. Let's see if that gives us this amount. I want to do it in my calculator and see that everything we're doing is correct. Yes, that is correct. If we take this number, we subtract that one, we get 30,300. That is the net profit. So this is the income and expenditure statement of a business. So remember, if there's a block, the block is the breakdown of what is above the block. Okay, so this block is the breakdown of that one. Okay, so you don't have to repeat and add these numbers. You don't add these numbers. Okay, you only add the numbers that are outside the block. Okay, all right, that brings us to the end of the expenditure, income and expenditure statement of ABC printers for the month of 30 June 2020. And this brings us to the last lesson for the term, which is lesson number 13. Okay, so with this, you will be able to do your assignment, and also you will be able to write the test or exam based on what you have learned in term 3. All the best.